Trump team is questioning civil servants and National Security Council about commitment to his agenda. We're getting the preemptive 2025 rollout 7 days before the inauguration, but yep, we're already questioning the political allegiance of ostensibly neutral, state bureaucrats. Very good. The loyalty test is here. Yeah, well, have they thought they could just lie? I mean, sure, but it's pretty bad that this is being done at all. Incoming senior Trump administration officials have begun questioning career civil servants who work for the White House National Security Council about who they voted for in the 2024 election. Keep in mind that this is literally like private information. Like this is privileged data. Like there's a reason why you aren't allowed to, like an employer isn't allowed to ask this. It's not even legal. Their political contributions and whether they have made social media posts that could be considered incriminating by President-elect Donald Trump's team, according to a U.S. official familiar with the matter. At least some of these non-political employees have begun packing up their belongings since being asked about their loyalty to Trump. Nice, nice, nice. Sheesh. I mean, he's just doing what he said he was going to do. So we're just going fully mask off with the fascism. They literally said they were going to do this. Like that, none of this isn't like a dramatic turn. Yeah, this is promises made, promises kept. These are some of the only campaign promises he's going to keep. Technically, he denied he'd do Project 2025. Yeah, but we didn't believe him. And then he and all of his officials admitted they were going to do it as soon as the election was over. So a wholesale removal of foreign policy and national security experts from the NSC on day one of the new administration could deprive Trump's team of considerable expertise and institutional knowledge. Oh, I bet he would have put that knowledge to great use. When the U.S. is grappling with difficult policy challenges in Ukraine, the Mideast, and beyond. The Mideast? I got confused for a second. Normally you say the Midwest or the Middle East. All right. Such questioning could also make new policy experts brought in by the NSC less likely to speak up about policy differences and concerns. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole point, right? I mean, the knowledge of the civil servants that are leaving isn't relevant anyway, because it's not like the Trump administration is going to take their advice, Competency is not a goal. Yeah. Of course, this is the reason why fascist governments tend not to last that long, but, Are you guys ready for, in 2036, a ruined America picks itself back up, reassembles the pieces a little bit, sorts the rubble, and then half of the people who were top dogs in Trump's administration are kept in power because the liberals want the country to move on and heal. We do the same thing we did with the Confederates or that we did with the Nazis. We're going to Operation Paper. It's Operation Paperclips all the way down, man. I guess I don't really have much to say about this on account of the fact that they're literally just doing the thing they said they were going to do. I mean, you can take a silver lining to this if you want, which is that the more they shred the competency of the administrative state, the more likely it is that they engage in behaviors that lead to the downfall of their administration sooner, because of the way our global economy works now, and the fact that every American is a treatler who will instantly storm their local police station if their DoorDash order gets 20% more expensive, the more incompetent the administration is, the more likely it is things take that turn, How likely do you think it is they're going to trip over the monstrous bureaucracy of these agencies, or they'll just shave it all off? Again, the problem that a lot of Trump supporters are going to run into, and not just Trump supporters, but a lot of people in the Trump administration, is that what a lot of them want and what a lot of them think they're fighting for is Nazi Germany-based race politics, where you have the guise of civic nationalism, you throw the cloak off, and in reality, you're building a white ethno-state. And the problem is that that's not what the material forces are guiding us towards. That might be an incidental direction. That might be something that we're pulled in by the current, basically, towards. But the direction we're heading in is towards ultimate hyper-capitalist Russia-style oligarchy, where 5 people own everything and the entire economy is built around the needs of those oligarchs. And those are not compatible end goals, because a race-based ethno-state is economically protectionist. You don't have H-1B visas, which Elon and Trump are defending now, even though Trump used to criticize them, in a race-based ethno-state, You're not hiring a bunch of Indians who you can exploit the labor of in a race-based ethno-state. You're not relying on the labor of tens of millions of undocumented immigrants in the agricultural industry in a race-based ethno-state. But if you want to make a lot of money, you have to do those things. So the clash here ultimately is going to be, and we're already seeing the seeds of this sown, aren't we? Just a few weeks ago, there was that big civil war between Elon and like Nazi Twitter, where Nazi Twitter was like, I can't believe this obvious liar lied to us and actually wants money more than anything else. I can't believe he would be in favor of H-1B visas, you know? And then Trump took Elon's side because Trump is totally subservient to Elon at this point. And it's going to keep going like that. I haven't been a viewer for a long time, but would you enjoy the implosion of the US government and state? I don't think you guys, or at least a lot of you, don't understand how destructive to the world any instability within the United States would be. The 2008 financial crisis, which was literally just like gambling on some subprime mortgage loans, collapsed the entire global economy, and America bounced back faster than almost anyone else. Like literally just like shaking the faith in the investments and the gambling that people had engaged in with people's like packaged mortgages, that was enough to collapse the global economy. And we bounced back faster. We're literally the global reserve currency. Any economic crisis in America will be reflected tenfold in the rest of the world. Is it possible another recession is coming? I mean, we're about to have maybe the most incompetent federal government in American history. And I say that without exaggeration. You know, you can line that up against, I don't know, Hoover or whoever else you want. But like, if we're coming down to like the credentials of the matter, then yeah, probably the most incompetent government in American history. So do you think people will revolt? I don't know, man. Isn't Project 2025 meant to manage the incompetence? No, Project 2025 is meant to manage dissent and disloyalty to Donald Trump. Project 2025 has basically... Project 2025 is literally like an austerity document. The whole thing is written up as A, secure loyalty to Trump, and B, like, break the government, break democracy, deregulate everything. But that doesn't fix the underlying issues here, you know? If anything, it worsens them considerably. It's not like the Heritage Foundation is interested in like maintaining the longevity of the country. They're lunatics. We're going to rival Nixon for insanity. You need to read your history books. Nixon was fine. He was very smart and competent compared to this. It's not even Nixon today would be like if Nixon was the... I'm going to be real with you. If it was Kamala versus Nixon, I'd vote Nixon. Nixon was a smart guy, and I think, like, genuinely, if you look at his presidential record, in the contemporary moment, I genuinely think you could make it a better sell. Watergate is nothing today. Are you kidding me? He was just crazy paranoid? F*** it, man. Hell yeah. I'd rather have a president with a personality than an empty vessel for, you know, corporate interest like Kamala Harris. Yeah, Nixon was pro-universal healthcare. He would probably undermine peace in Israel, though. Oh, would hate to have a president who does that. Would hate to have a president who inflames tensions between Israel and their neighbors. Nixon had the entire White House spying on each other. Do you have any idea how bad what's coming is going to be? Again, I feel like all of our perspective on this is totally out of whack because Watergate would mean nothing now. Watergate is like an insignificant... Watergate was like the watershed moment for decades on distrust in the government. Right now, it's nothing compared to what we've gotten used to on like a day-to-day basis. Literally, like if you took the past 10 years and just like ordered all of the events in terms of like, I don't know, I guess just how insane they are or how like much of a violation of the principles of our state they are. And you went down and you added Watergate to that, it wouldn't be top 10, doubt it would be top 20. Maybe top 50? I don't know. It's insane how like, it's power scaling, man. We're out here in the Dragon Ball universe, you know? You just finished Dragon Ball and I'm on GT and you're like, I haven't read GT, but I'm pretty sure that Goku's monkey form could take on, you know, whatever the... Is GT the one with Biru? I don't know. We've power scaled way beyond that. I haven't read GT. Super is the Beerus one? Okay, I don't know. It's all dog shit. Watergate was way less dangerous than January 6th. I would say that January 6th was worth like 73 Watergates. More or less. Don't question me on my math, okay? Where does the business plot sit? I mean, the business plot kind of happened again, except it won this time, right? Like, Elon is the shadow president. It's insane. Like, we basically got a bloodless business plot where it like, rather than... Because back in those days, politicians had some spine and the government wasn't completely subservient to corporations. So you would have to pull off some kind of assassination plot for corpos to take advantage, like to take hold of the US government. Nowadays, you just buy it. Nobody back then had as much wealth as Elon does today. Not even close.